morning. Good morning from AIT Thailand. Also, good morning to all friends from India, from Bangladesh, Nepal, Malaysia, Philippines, and others countries that register in this webinar. Welcome to the webinar, which is organized by the AIT Extension and also UNITAR and CFAO Bangkok, and on the harnessing AI in education, strategies for educators and knowledge workers. I have with me my colleague, Dr. Pallavi. Maybe you say hi to everyone.
Good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to our webinar today. And we will be learning more from Dr. Chintavi on how AI is related to higher education and how we can make use of this current technology that will help us in the future.
Yeah, during the webinar, we gonna have like a Q&A. You can type in your question in the Q&A box and also chat box as well. And Dr. Chitavi will stop for you to ask a question. And also, I would like to inform you that this webinar, we gonna provide a certificate for you at the end of the webinar as well. So next, I would like to introduce Dr. Jintavi Khai Sang. She is a professor from Department of Educational Technology and Communication from Chulalongkorn University. For her busy schedule, it's our honor to have her with us today. Dr. Jintavi, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pallavi and Khun Narumon, for such a very warm welcome. And good morning, everyone. So it is very my honor to be here for the AIT webinar and talking about the use of AI in higher education. Because I think is nowadays we have to accept that with all of this digital transformation that really accelerates us to make use of this for our work, either can be for to shorten our working time and even more like to create like more productivities. So the emerging of this artificial intelligence really make this technology disruption happen even sooner than everyone expect. So my talk today will be about the strategies that how can we harness the use of AI for us to make our life easier and even to make like the learning more effective. So if we have a look on, this emerging of the ChatGPT came out last year. And normally when we looking at, how popular each application have got, we will look at, the service that reached 1 million, and how long that they reached that number of users. And turn out that if you take a look on the screen for the Facebook, the very popular one came out 2004. In 2004, it took over 10 months to hit the million users. Comparing to IG, the Instagram came out, launched in 2010, it took like 2.5 months. And, surprisingly for the ChatGPT came out last year, it took only 5 days to reach 1 million users. And with that, I would say phenomenon, let's recap a bit about what is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is one type of the artificial intelligence that is nowadays very popular in higher education. It's based on a large language model, and the ChatGPT developed by OpenAI, and the free version is 3.5. And for some who already bought 4, which is that is not the free version, but like what everyone said, that is even more smarter than, like when comparing with a 3.5. But basically, ChatGPT will generate a human-like text based on the input prompts. So nowadays the word prompts become, like very important and play quite a role in, like our higher education teaching and learning. To put the very effective prompts, it will be able to answer questions and perform a variety of tests as you design. And it was trained on a massive data set, and they learn the pattern and relationship in language. That's why, because they was trained on the massive data set, that make them very smart. But the challenging would be because they learn on the pattern and in the relationship in language. So sometimes they not quite have a very good common sense, when they answer us a question. For easy questions, sometimes seem like they really not understand. So that is the, challenge. What I would like to say here is that when we comparing with many generative AI, there are many applications nowadays that we use. ChatGPT is one of the application. Meanwhile, there are also other applications. The limitation of the ChatGPT is that the data set they update to in this slide it say like 2021, but I checked this morning, that data set is updated until 2022 already. But when comparing with other generative AI, for example, like Google Bard, which is now is like Gemini, is, like that is up to date because they also linkage to the Google application search engine. So that is, the competitive analysis for those generative AI. However, many people still stick with the generative AI, the ChatGPT, because many people agree that the ChatGPT is more logical when answering your prompts. And also, not only the text that the generative AI can help us to generate the answer for us, but it's also create images, music, videos, and many, many other things. Another challenging thing is that the generative content generated by the generative AI is not a direct copy, but it is original creation based on the learning patterns, meaning that when you compare, with before, when students copy whatever on they found on search engine and paste it for you, that is plagiarism. But interestingly, because whatever when we use the generative AI, they create the original creation. So when we're talking about copyright, plagiarism, it will be something that very, very challenging and for us to all the learners nowadays. If we take a look here, we will see that for our in higher education, normally we have 4 major tasks. We do teaching and learning. At the same time, we do research. And, for me today, I also have the academic service. And also at the same time, we all have to do the self-development. So how AI enhance or empower these tasks to make it even more effective and time saver. For example, when you design, on your syllabus for teaching and learning, AI can play the very, very nice role in being guide on the side, give you ideas and many, many solutions that you could not think of. AI at the same time can play the role as the co-designer, can help you to create the text, image, sound, and many other productions. And the AI enhancement tools can, what I said, be very good time saver tools, can help us about the learning analytics. They can help us to customize, personalize content based on different type of learners that we are dealing with. And they also play the role as the platform for personalized learning. Many students and instructors use AI to self-develop. In terms of, like you can ask AI to generate the quiz for you. You do the quiz and then ask them to give you feedback. And then you can, do and practice that over time. And then that will be become your personalized learning platform that that what many people have been doing so far. So as a role of guide on the side, I would like to share with you some idea. Many of you may already try this. These may be new to you. So let's start with, like something like basic test that everyone should use these to help you to create like more productive tests and even like save you a lot of time. In this on the screen, I show you with the GPT 3.5, the free version, and I put the prompt here. For example, like if I'm going to create the syllabus for my next semester class, the way that I put the prompt, I will put it as that I tell them the role first. I want you to act as the instructor for higher education. So first tell them the role, and then you are going to write the syllabus for, and this is my course name. So you have to tell them the test clearly, what you want them to do. And then I even tell them more specific that please, this is for undergraduate student for 15 weeks, and confirm with them that respond yes if they understand, if you understand this. So you will see on the screen, the ChatGPT answer me that, okay, they understand and they want me to provide more specific guidelines, objective and topics. And then I give them such, what they are for. So what I got here is that they give me nicely the outline for 15 weeks along with the topics for, each module. They give me total of 5 modules, which is very nice. Module 1, 2 weeks, module 2, 2 weeks, and then see like they have laid out nicely for me. So what I have to do is just, I just check whether I like this topic or not. If I think like I can add up more content on particular topic or the top here content, I can add it up, or I can even ask them to regenerate, many other versions. So I can select the best out of it. This is save me a lot of time. And then they also provide me with the assessment and grading here, and also the reading list. So what I further ask them is that I ask them to create an analytical rubric for me to access the final projects. Because here, as you can see, they suggest me that, okay, you may have final project and presentation here, 20%. So I asked them for suggestion that what would be the appropriate criteria for me to use for this final project. So this is what they suggest me, which is quite good. And some criteria I even, I didn't think about it. For example, like the design and creativity, something like this. I think like, yeah, this is quite interesting. So this may be one of the criteria I added to this semester for my class. One thing is that because, I put it here quite specific word, analytical rubric. That's why I get this with all detailed criteria. But if you really don't know the content in that area, for example, if you just put like create a rubric assessment, you may get the holistic one, which is very broad idea. So meaning that when you use the GPT or the AI, you have to have certain amount of knowledge at one level to be able to distill or to provide the key terminology to get the best out of it. This is example. And then I then asked them because like I want to create the new kind of learning activity in my class, and I'm kind of like run out of the creativities. So I asked them to help me create a list of active learning activity for each topic. And then they give me nicely idea about, like, okay, what about week 1 and 2? You do the think, pair, share, and jigsaw activity. So they even give me options like, okay, what about this and that? And, like 3 and 4, maybe these 2 type of learning activities. And, they give me, like, very variety of, like choices, which is I can pick the best out of it. And again, I can always regenerate to get even more options, more choices that I can choose the best for my class. So this is how nicely that, it's like we have friends or like very expertise teacher, very experienced teacher being on our side to help us suggest some idea, and they never get tired. So this is example. And then I even, the very classic test that many teachers ask them to do is generate a quiz for each topic. So this quiz, some teacher may ask like, how about if student also use ChatGPT to ask us for the for the quiz for our class? I would say that like the way you have to deal with this is that these may be the quiz that you use it as a formative assessment in the class, but for the final quiz, many teachers told me that okay, I asked them to generate the quiz and I will not use those. I will use something else. So student will not, like find the same thing that, the AI generate for us. So, but I mean, this is depend on, like your strategy in, like managing your course. But normally I ask them to generate the quiz like this, and then I use it as my guideline. And then I also have my own quiz. So I compromise, what I have and what they suggest. And then I make the best of it. So, but I feel that this is save a lot of my time, like when comparing to thinking alone, and sometimes you run out of creativities. And this one, I also suggest them, ask them to suggest me the learning resources, and I ask them even to put it in APA format. So this one they suggest me. But one thing is that you have to be sure and double check whether this really existing, because like what we going to talk about later is that they have the word hallucination when AI generate the false information. So sometimes you have to be careful in using this kind of information and references. You have to double check. And again, as I mentioned earlier, when you use AI you have to have certain amount of knowledge, but that you can differentiate that this is the right information or this is the wrong information. To me, when I see the name of the textbook, for example, number 2, this is very well known and very popular textbook for in my field. So this one is trustable. And some of the article listed, I may have to double check again whether this is good or this is existing or this is the false information. But again, like what I mentioned, everything needs to be very careful when you're using it. Many Thai teachers prefer to use ChatGPT using English language because the way they think is very logic and very accurate when you're dealing them with the English language. Comparing to the Thai language, they're not very smart with Thai language. So normally we will use the ChatGPT in English version, and then if you use the Chrome browser, you can use the Google Translation to translate into Thai, and it is okay at one level. You may have to further edit those, but at least you get the very first draft and, like, not, like you just don't have to start from the scratch. So that the good thing of, the use of AI. And there also the report from the UNESCO report about the use of AI in higher education. And this is a very nice roles that they define along with the description and example of implementation. So if you have time, you may have a look for more idea. The one that I suggest you is this one. AI play the role as guide on the side. So they act as the guide to navigate, like all the information for us, content for classes, course, discussion question, how to support students, how to design learning activities and different type of things. At the same time, you may think about, you may set the AI to play role as the Socratic opponent, act as the opponent to develop an argument. This is also interesting. You may ask students to enter the prompt into the ChatGPT, like when you have the conversational or the debate in the class, and then you can, like use those for the discussion in the class. This is another area that are quite popular. Many people use AI as the personal tutor. So because AI can give you immediate feedback on progress. So they can give you personalized feedback based on the information provided. They can give you immediate test score along with the feedback. AI can be the very good co-designer, can assist you throughout the design process. Better, like design the curriculum, up to update the curriculum, rubric assessment, and, many different type of things. Study buddy, you may ask your student to include AI as one of the group member to help them think more variety of perspectives when they develop the group work or the task, motivator, and dynamic assister. So this is very interesting report, and then I will share the file with you later. The UNESCO report about the AI in higher education, and this is the cover of that report. And if you take a look at the table of content, it will have the application in higher education, not only for teaching and learning, but they also give you the very nice review of how you apply this AI for the research work and for the administration work as well. For the research work, they also suggest you that AI can nicely help you in this full process, including the research design. You may ask them to help you generate idea for research question, research problem and projects, and even suggest you data source. To use this for the data collection, you may search for the archive data set or even ask them to translate the sources into other languages. You may ask them to help you, suggest you about the data analysis, about how to analyze this data that you already have, such as the themes, topics. And, last but not least, this is what AI very keen of. They're very good at improve the writing quality. They are so good at the role as the professional editor. They can reformat citation and references very fast. And they also can translate your writing. So this is example. I asked them, normally when we do the research, what I found is that many instructor and student always struggle with, like when you have the topic of your research, many of us will struggle with the theories. when you know like you have to refer back to the theory part. So I asked them to provide an overview of the main theory and concept related to the digital literacy, which is the area that I'm interested nowadays. So they give me quite a very nice like the theory and concept related to this digital literacy. At least they have these three main focus related to digital literacy, including information, media, and technology literacy. So, and then here I also asked them that, their first answer is still quite general. I asked them to act as the expert in the field of educational technology, which is my field of expertise. I asked them to provide an overview of the main theory and concept in digital tech literacy again. So this one, they will give you more in-depth information. For example, they start to have some of the conceptual framework very deep, like they start to talking about the theory of digital inclusion, theory of the critical evaluation and analysis, and many, many more, which is more in-depth. So meaning that if you give them the clear role, for example, you ask them to be the expert in this field, they will give you more deeper information and analysis regarding on that particular topic. And this one, I also asked them about provide the overview of the current trend and development in this area. Suggest me some key study or the research paper related to this topic. And this time, I moved from the ChatGPT to Google Bard. That day with now is Gemini. You will see that for when you use the AI that part of the search engine like Google, you will see that they give you more up-to-date information along with the references. So meaning that when you try to use AI, you may not use only one tools, you may use a few and compare the result, and then you make the best out of it. Yeah, so this, I continue ask them like, okay, in addition to the references, suggest me the data collection, data analysis. For example, for the qualitative method, the quantitative method, in conducting this research. It's like, I when I design the research study, besides, you thinking on your own, you have someone to help you and to help you think, give you some more idea, more creativity in your work. So this is the example of how you can use the AI in your research work. They even can, address the gap in the literature for you, and you may look through and some which is good, you can use it, and some that you think like, yeah, this is not okay, you just skip it. You don't have to use it all. But they give you the very nice information about the gap, the controversy, the area of controversy for you, and the reputation journal. I even asked them to find a reputable journal or publication that give you the relevant literature in this field. So they give me quite good sort of information. And I asked them to summary for me, so I save a lot of time. So when you do the research work, in additional to use just a regular generative AI tools, they have one website called ScienceSpace that particularly created for research work. Let me show you very fast about the ScienceSpace. So for ScienceSpace, this one will help you to read the research article, save you time. You can read it with the AI Copilot, or even ask them to paraphrase that article for you. This is the example of like what I always use. this is my paper, so I upload it there. And then you can ask them question. For example, I asked them to explain the abstract of this paper in 2 lines, to shorten it for me. I want to understand what this is about. So they tell me about, the important point of this paper. And then I asked them that method used in this paper. Normally, we have to dig down and try to look like what kind of method. So then they summarize nicely for us, like, okay, they collect the data from how many sampling and what kind of method they use and what kind of report they have in this paper. So they save you a lot of time, like in reading one article or one manuscript. And then they even have you some general question, guided question, see conclusion from the paper, limitation, future work suggested in this paper. So if you click this already prepared prompt, you can get the answer quickly. Future work suggested in this paper. So, you can type on your own question, but they also have this question prepared for you. So it's like, you have friends to co-pilot you while you're reading the article, save you a lot of time. So this is SciSpace. Now, I want to show you very quick about the ChatGPT. Many people here, you may not focus on only the teaching and learning job, but you also have some other jobs. For example, many people ask me about how you can use these AI tools to help you more creativity in the work. For example, like the training job, that kind of things. So I show you very quick about this one. Let me do the new chat. And I already have the some prompt that I prepared for this one. I will put the prompt here that I want you to act as the professional trainer. Okay, for example, you will have, the program to train, and you got the requirement from your boss that, okay, I want the training course about AI for education. And part of the professional development program for higher education teachers, which is maybe, is going to be the training course for this year. And the program will be a short course for 9 hours, meeting 3 times. So 9 hours, 3 times. Respond yes if you understand this. So they will answer me, okay, they understand, and they will help me with that. Okay, and then I further ask them, okay, give me the training title. Give me a few training title. First, I may want to get the name. Okay. See, they give you, I asked them for a few, they gave me 10. So harness AI, transforming higher education pedagogy, unlocking potential AI for educators. So all of these are very nice names. What you have to do is maybe you combine this one along with that one. You add some, word that you think this is maybe appropriate to your context or whatever. So, but at least you have something to get started with your team. And like what I mentioned, you can always regenerate that for the second version. And then here, they will always check, whether they give you good information or not. What is respond better or worse? So you say better. So they will keep it in the record, and they will be, again, be trained to be very smarter. So you can compare like these 2 versions. Okay. And then, okay, after you got the name, so you may, together with your team, decide the training outline, and you may ask ChatGPT for some idea. Give me the training outline for each session. So they will give you, session 1, understanding AI fundamental, and then integrating AI into teaching practice and building AI-driven learning environment. And then along with, all the topics, very nice one. And then you can take a look, keep the one you like, and design more that you think is important and they not existing here, but at least you have something to get started. And then you may ask them to give more idea about interactive activity for each session, because this is you want to have some activity that really engage the participants. So you will ask them like AI concept mapping, case study analysis, ethical dilemma scenarios. See, all of the suggestion is, quite nice and very good start. Design thinking workshop. Wow, this is good. Future trend and panel discussion. Invite speaker, panelists, expert, and then discuss, things like that. So at least you have something to get started with your team. And then, if you like what they gave it to you, you may say, okay, I like the proposed outline and plan. Can you give it to me in the table format? Because I'm too lazy, so I just ask them. So again, if you ask them the very good prompt, you give them clear role, a clear task, and tell them exactly what format you want, you will get something like this. And then you can just copy, paste it in Word document, and editing it. What else they can do? Okay, along with the training workshop, you may need to have the handbook to use for this training course. This is quite classic. So ask them to create the handbook. So they will give you, okay, what about overview, have this all content, target audience and everything. So you may regenerate the second version, compare it, and choose the best of it. And then ask them some references so you can get started with this project. And again, when you're using AI to give you some idea for your work, not use only this one. You may use also the Gemini, the Google one, and also other AI to help you think thoroughly and deeply in that particular area. So this is one example of, what I would like to share to you, that AI can use for both teaching and learning job and also other academic work, for example, design a training course and also for the research work. Okay. So now I will stop a bit and looking for the question and answer, the Q&A. Okay, that is the question about the ChatGPT and Google Bard, which is now Gemini, same thing. I would say that basically it's the same thing because it's based on the generative AI, which is the generative AI is the large language model. And the way they give us the answer is that we have to put the prompt and then we will talk with them in the conversational style. So you have to provide them with the clear role, task, and also the format in order to get the effective information. And the way that you get the answer, it will be conversational style, meaning that on one particular topic, you will ask them, they will answer you, and then you can continue the conversation. And then when you want to start a new topic, you click the new topic and then you start the new conversation again. But the conversation still continue on. If you really tell them the clear role, they know that, okay, now I'm the higher education instructor, and then they will give you the information for the point of view of higher education instructor. So very important that it's conversational style and you have to tell them the clear role. Who are you at that conversation? The ChatGPT act as who in that conversation. Yeah. Does ChatGPT provide images related within the version 3.5? No, the images would be the paid version 4.0. But normally when we deal with the images, now people will use the Bing Image Creator provided by Microsoft, which later I will show it to you. Yes. I think that would be okay. Can you please give me your experience on the effective ways to make training slides with the AI? Is that a methodology you'd recommend? Okay, you mean the slide presentation, right? Yeah, first, like what I mentioned, you may ask the, here, we can continue this conversation. Let me try with this, that, since we already start the conversation with this ChatGPT about their role as the professional trainer, and we ask them about different things like, topic, content to be included, teaching, and also what kind of the learning materials and different things. So let us about give me the training slide. Suggest me the content for training slide along with references. Here they will give you some idea slide of the slide, title, subtitle. Okay, so I asked them, ask them in the same conversation about suggest me the content for the training slide along with the references. And then here that what they gave it to me, like, okay, this slide and all of these reference and this one. So at least you have something to get started. Okay, but nowadays there are many AI enhanced programs that people use to create the slide presentation. For example, the Canva, that many people have been using this. There is new feature called Magic Studio. If you click on this Magic Studio, they will you will see that, okay, for idea to design with Magic Design, so they can have Magic Design for presentation, Magic Design for videos, and basically what you have to do is that let's click on the Magic Design for the presentation. For these features, they will ask you to click the search bar on the left toolbar here, write a pitch for the meeting, and press enter. So meaning that you will use the word, or meaning the prompts, to help them prepare the presentation for you. For example, like digital literacy, same topic, literacy for higher education. So if you put some prompt like that, and then they will have the pre-design for you like this. Magic Design. Oh, they will have some layout for you, basically. They're not that very, very smart, but at least I think this is the trend. So they will prepare something like this for you that you can use. Like, some of the guidelines for the presentation. And there are many other programs that help you to create the presentation like this. So this is one example. Besides ChatGPT, what other effective platform we can use? I will say Google Bard, and which is nowadays Gemini, but Gemini you have to pay for it. It's no longer free. Can we take material as this is for research paper? And what about plagiarism? Yeah, that is the discussion about, you cannot use this. I mean, add this is, you may have to paraphrase this, but this is for idea or at least your first draft. Yeah, but actually that is the program that you can check for the plagiarism, but I would say it's not 100% accurate. Let me show you very fast. I may not include in this. Oh, here, AI content detector tools. They call the AI content detector tools. GPT-0, I think that's the name. So normally you can copy the content, paste it there, and then the program will tell you the result. For example, this one, they tell you that, okay, this text has a moderate likelihood of being written by AI. Actually, this one is totally generated by AI, but I edit a bit. So they know that, okay, this is maybe, okay. And this one, actually, AI helped me to edit my first draft. I have some outline, some of my original work, and then I help them to make it more professional. So when I put that into the AI and that in these AI detector tools, they said that is likely to be written entirely by a human. So I would say that, you know, like even though they try to have the detector tools, but you know, like it not 100% that can catch on this one. Yeah.
Achan, we have some questions in the Q&A box. So I'll just read the questions for you. Is ChatGPT 100% accurate? Does ChatGPT generate wrong answers?
Yes, of course. And first question is 100% what?
Accurate?
Accurate. I would say that no. Is may you have to have your analytical to whether this is right or wrong, to differentiate. So like what I try to keep saying, that whenever you use the generative AI, you have to have the certain level of knowledge to be able to make adjustment whether this is right or wrong. And you also may have to prove with all the evidences around that. Yeah. Because like what I mentioned, that it's generated based on the large language model. They look at the structure of the languages, but they have very least common sense. But I mean, in the very soon they will be smarter and smarter because it's be trained by, you know, like a lot of practices and uses. Yeah.
Then the second question we have is, does the Thai government have a policy regarding the use of AI in higher education?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is very interesting. Um, I would not. I would say that for the Thai government, I think they give us the academic freedom for all the university or institutes to define the use of these in their institution or in their you know, like school or university. I will show you the example of my university that have the regulation came out, and also as well as other university as well around the world. They have such regulation, but I would say that as the government, I think they will leave it for the university to make the judgment whether you know, like to create their own regulation. Let me show you about the regulation in my at my university. Here. Okay. And sorry, it's in Thai. Okay, so since last year, last 2 years, right? It came out in November 2022 in about you know, ChatGPT. So after November 2022, my university start to have the program called the Lunch Talk AI series at noon, you know, an hour every other weeks. So they start to talk about, you know, how AI impact to our teaching and learning. So they start to invite professor from, you know, like different faculties to, you know, to share the wisdom and what they think about the role of this AI. So that the university have been doing for maybe half years. And at the same time, they provide the grant, the funding for instructors to try to use it. After half year, the university synthesize, all of those information and announce the regulation about the use of AI in our universities in this is July last year. So basically in the regulation, they said that they support teachers and students to use the AI with understanding. So at first you have to understand how AI generate the information, whether it's right or wrong, and you have to have your analytical thinking to differentiate the right information and the wrong information. And then they also have the guideline for teaching and learning in the class that teacher instructor should include the use of AI in the syllabus, the course syllabus, and also suggest the student how you can use it in what way. So they said that you have to really have the clear guideline for in your class, how AI play the role in your class. So after that regulation came out, my course syllabus from last semester start in August last semester. I include the use of this generative AI in my class, that I said that, okay, in all the class activities, student can use ChatGPT, Google Bard, Microsoft Bing, and also other AI tools in your assignment. But you also have to use your own critical thinking, creativity, and also other thinking skill in those projects. And you also have to submit the prompts or the answer, how you use that AI, submit it along with your work. So that the regulation in my class. And I also say that, okay, if you just use as the AI generate for you, I may clear that I claim that as this is your as similar type of plagiarism in the work. So this is how students submit me my work. I ask them to do the activities in the class, and then they use Google Bard to design the activities. And then this is example. In this class, I asked them to create the website using Google site. So, and this student want to create the Google site for the high school geography subject. So they use the Google Bard to generate the idea for them. And this is the answer they gave it to that student. So the student will send me this chat history or the prompt, submit it to me, and then I know that this is how they use, and after that, how they use their analytical thinking, creativity to develop the final projects. So to summarize this, example, I would say that you have to have the clear role with your students. And if you're looking on the screen, you will see that in our generation, the student did everything on their own because we don't have, at that time, we don't have AI or the internet. So they wrote everything, did everything on their own. But once, the times with the technology advance, we start to use the internet, if you remember that, right? So, but we just use it to consult the internet or the AI for idea, and then we still wrote and submit things on our own. And then you will see at the upper level, you wrote main idea, AI generate a draft, offer feedback to improve. And then nowadays, students start to create multiple AI responses, use the best part, edit and submit it. Beyond to that, AI create a response, student read, edit, adjust and submit. And at the top level of it, bot created everything. Student plug prompt into AI, copy, respond, and submit to teachers. So I normally show this chart to my student, and I said that, okay, if you see here, what would be the acceptable level that our class will go, to at what level? Normally, I go to, these two level. I said that, yeah, you can use AI to create multiple response. You use the best part, you edit and you submit it. That's okay for some work. And some work maybe just, like you have your own main idea and then you ask them to generate a draft and feedback and improve. So normally I will go with these two options with my class assignments. And the reason that I accept them to use it because I feel that, like nowadays in the work environment, everyone use it. So if you tell your student like you student could not use it because this is not really the way that you have to learn, like when once they go out to the job market, they will not be able to compete with others. So I would like to simulate the learning environment that very similar to the work environment as much as possible. So that's why, I mean, this is only in my major, educational technology. So I accept them to use at these two level.
Thank you, Achan, for responding to that question. There is one more very interesting question also, like when we are submitting an article to the journal. So there is a reply that we are getting from the journal in terms of like it's an AI generated content and it's very high content in terms of AI generated, but actually it is not. It's an human written. So how do we tackle that situation? Because relating to that question, you just showed us previously that there are AI detectors.
Yeah.
So if I merge this question along with that, so how do you think that that detector is actually helping, or how good is that detector so that we are getting this is a percentage is too high? So is it too high, moderate? So what is that acceptable rate? Like high, moderate, or low? What would be that acceptable rate if you are publishing a paper?
Okay, that's very good question. It's similar to, what happened before about the plagiarism. Like when you have that plagiarism detector tools, and then people ask like, you will go at, what percentage. So to me, I would say maybe, not over 20 is acceptable. I think like normally, like, the when you submit the paper, like, if we use the same standards as, when you do the plagiarism, they will say like, okay, 10 something is acceptable because in some like theoretical framework and, like those concept maybe very similar because it's so, I mean, like all the terminology are just the same. So 10 something, I think it would be acceptable. Yeah. But depends on the journal as well.
Exactly. So
Good luck, everyone.
yeah. Yeah, it
Life is
depends
too
on the
hard
journal.
nowadays.
Yeah. Thank you, Achan. So there is one more before we start on with the next presentation. Continue with the presentation. So,
Yeah.
like one person is asking Mr. Vishal that that he has created some slides for the training courses of literature review. So he wants to make AI to make it look better. So which AI and methodology you can recommend to minimize his time and maximize the quality of the overall content?
Yeah. So what I suggest earlier is the let me look very fast. The Canva can help you a lot with that, like oh, let me- to create the presentation, and also I also have this one. Let me show you the programs that will help you to design the presentation. This is, like very popular question that many people are.
Shani can share the screen.
Oh, yeah, right. First, what I suggest you is that you may ask the ChatGPT first to give you the nice outline about like your presentation. For example, this one, I use the same topic like digital literacy, and then I ask them to give me some of the content, the slide, the content for training slide along with the reference. So they gave me some idea, okay, like in what should be included in each slide along with the reference that you can further look and include in your slide. That is one thing. Second thing, you can use the tool. For example, nowadays people use Canva a lot for the to develop the presentation. Nowadays they have the Magic Studio that they help you design the presentation. With this feature, they will help you to you just put the keyword related to your presentation, and then they will generate the first draft of the presentation for you. So this is the second way that, you know, at least you have the slide with mood and tone, like, you know, like very, you know, like related to what you can use, and then along all of these that you can use. Okay. For example, like this one, and then you can apply and use, apply all 12 slides, and then at least you have something to get started like that. Okay. Third, I will say that I also have the talk at here. Hold on. Here at Chulalongkorn University that people also ask me about how to use the AI for the graphic design and presentation. So at that time, my team looked at for other possibility and also other tools. Let me download this one and share it with you. They have also other tools that you can use. There are also a lot of image generation tools that can generate, you know, some of the photo that you can use in your presentation, but we will talk about this later. But here for the presentation, like what I mentioned earlier, you can use the Canva. Canva also not only create your first snap of the presentation, but another function that many people use is that you can use the translation tools to translate some of your slides. For example, like if you go to give a talk with Chinese student, you may ask them to translate some slide into Chinese to, you know, make the sense of, you know, ice breaking, you know, kind of presentation. Here for the presentation, we have this tool called Gamma. This one, again, similar to Canva, that they can outline the presentation for you automatically. So you can, if you go to this program, you click on Create New, and then you can paste the text or import the file, and then they will generate the presentation for you. And at the same time, you can add some of the questions along with your presentation as well. So this is another tools that, you know, like that time we did a workshop on this program about, you know, the Gamma program that you can use it to create a presentation. Yeah, with the help of AI presentation and also interactive question and answer in the slide. So this is some of the example. Can choose, like, you know, put all the content and then they generate the slide for you. You can also embed the videos and, you know, like all the website in that as well. And another suggestion we did in that workshop, we also use, we call the talking head kind of presentation called DID. So, this one you can use is like, you can add your photo and then they will generate your animate image with the text or audio. So you add your photo along with the text, and then they will generate the talking head for you, like this one. For example, like you could not speak like Chinese, but you can add the Chinese text, and then, you know, like with your photo, and then, you know, like they will have like your face speaking Chinese. So this is something like, you know, like we propose this in that workshop. Yeah, the two tools, application like Gamma and DID. Yeah, so maybe it's something that you can further explore.
Thank you, Achan.
Any other question, Mika?
For now, I think we can continue with the presentation.
Okay, the second part of the presentation นะคะ So let me again summarize this one. To write the very effective prompts is very, very important when you working or dealing with the generative AI. So again, you have to define the clear roles. For example, if you would like them to suggest you about the good business model canvas or the good strategy for promote something, you may ask them to be the very successful marketer or inventor, journalist, copywriter, accountant. So different roles depend on what kind of task you're going to ask them. So first, if you define them the clear role, they will really be able to act and give you information very accurate and very informative one. So this is some example. So clear role. And then you will provide them the test, whether you want it as the essay, you want it as the article headline, summary, and whatever you want. So give them the clear task. And most importantly, the format you want. Like the example I showed you earlier, if you want something to put it in a table format, you tell them the format. You want a list, a format, a code, a graph, a word cloud, spreadsheet, whatever, you tell them the format. So this is the way that you use the prompts effectively, role, task, and format. And I give this to you. I always use this prompt a lot. I ask them to act as the professional editor because, AI, they are so good at, this editing task. I ask them to prove the reading here, title abstract for me to present at, you put it exactly, plenary speaker at the international conference on what topic. So this is the prompt I give it to them. This is another kind of prompts. I want them to criticize my manuscript before I really submit to the conference. So at least I get some feedback and I can, edit it before submitting it. So I put like, you are the world top professor in educational technology. This is my field. So you are very famous world top professor. And you are also the research expert and a top academic paper writer. You are now acting as a reviewer for international conference. You can put the name of that international conference. And I also put them the characteristics like, okay, you learn to be very critical, harsh, and straightforward. These are the topics. So I put my topic here. This is paper category. You tell them exactly in which category. Now, please start your evaluation. Evaluate the paper for the following based on the scale of 1 to 5, and where 5 is the best. And then this is the criteria that they going to evaluate my paper. So I put it in here for them too. Okay, and then I ask them to give me the feedback, the evaluation. So I usually ask them to provide me this, and I edit it before submitting it. So this is something that if you really have the clear, effective, and very detailed prompts, you will get a very clear, specific answer as what you really want. Okay, so very important one. Okay. There are also, a lot of information out there. They try to make the best prompts. So they ask, this one is very interesting. This is from the Microsoft company. They gave us these three questions that you can try to play with that AI. You can ask them like, why do you come up with this answer? Okay, so you may get, something like very surprised. Is there any other answers? Like give you more options, more choices. Isn't it that? Check whether this is right or wrong. So if you think like this is not really right information, you may double check them in case like, when they gave you the wrong information. So double check with them. challenging them to think more. Okay, so this is just the summary from the first session. Now, I want to move to the second part of the presentation to talking about the AI, the generative AI can play the role of the co-designer. In this case, like for the co-designer, like what I mentioned, actually for the application landscape, AI can generate not only the text, but is also to be able to generate like image, video, code, speech, 3D, and many other modes. The very popular tools that people use to generate the image is the Bing image creator tools. And I show you how to use it. Like this one, I want the photos. I want a pic image for my slide. And I don't want because now like the law about using student photo is very strict. So I want to use the AI generated photos. So this one I want the picture of Thai students in the science lab, and I want it in like maybe this one will be good, or the anime style. You can ask them to do that. They also have other tools, for example, like Leonardo.ai provided by Google company. And this one is not support the Thai language, but for English language, you can use it. So you will get the different sense of photo. For example, I use the same prompt. See, like Thai children experiment with science on awakened bean sprout. So the photo will be, like kind of different style comparing to the bean. So whatever you like, you can choose one. Okay. And these are some other prompts that I use. For example, like if you because I have invited from the science major to teach them, give them the workshop about the AI. So I asked them to generate like Thai student in school science lab like that. And this one I put like with the Thai traditional costume with Thailand flag on the moon surface. So get something like this. So anything that beyond your imagination, you can always ask them. Or even in your production class or like product design. This one I put a prompt like Lego Bangkok Landmark Thailand and Lego box set. So they like have that prototype for you for options that can think of. This one, I show you that again, to put the prompt for the image is similar to the prompt with the text. The more specific, the better you get. For example, like this one, if you put the keyword like future library, you will get something like that. But this one, future library of Bangkok, Thailand, you will see that you will get the sense of Thailand, which is the comfy wood style kind of building, And this one, I also further asked them that, okay, library in Bangkok, Thailand, with Thai student as well. So you will see that all the students with the Thai uniforms will, be in that image. So you can use something like this, like in your presentation. So let me show you how to use this. Many programs that people use, for example, like Canva or CryptDocs or the Bing, Microsoft Bing image creator that people use. But let me show you that how you can generate the photos. If you go to Microsoft Bing image creator tools, let me give you the link. Okay, it's this link. And let me also give you the SciSpace link and ChatGPT. I forgot, sorry. Here, the 3 link with the other 3 programs that I share with you. Okay, for the image generator, basically, if you go to this page, you will see that everyone will get the credits, and then the credit will add it up for you, upon the use of these image creators. But no worry, they will always have the credit for you. And the way you use that, this one, they have some example of the prompts for you here. For example, like this one, in order to get this kind of photo, the prompt will be, this is the prompt that you should use. A picnic on a green meadows with a basket of fruit and flowers. Let's see other prompts. A butterfly landing on a blooming cherry branch. Okay. So for example, if you, let's look at more prompts here. And then if you move to this, your word here, you will see this is what I did. I put like, I want a photo of pancakes. So I put it like here. This is the prompt for my pancake. A delicious breakfast of fluffy pancake with eggs stacked low on a plate. And then golden maple syrup topped with a mealy pet. So a lot of, prompts, keywords. And then I end it at the anime style. So you will get something like this. So now let's try the new prompts. For example, use your imagination. A butterfly landing on the blooming cherry branch. I put very easy the bird, and then there you can put like watercolor style. At the end, you can put the style of photo you want. So here I put like a bird landing on a blooming cherry branch, watercolor style, and then let's see what I get. Meanwhile, you can, try your prompts for the image creator tools. So water style, blooming cherry branch, bird. See? So this is, like something that you can get and have it on your presentation. Because, like normally if you want to have something so specific like this, sometimes it's, like it take time a while to look at it. Again, like Future Library of Thailand. Something like that. So for example, if you invited to give a talk about a future library, and then you want to see how it look like, so something like that. You may want the inside a future library of Thailand with Thai student. So something like that, you can, like have it on your presentation and start a discussion. Like what many people said that photo is worth 1,000 words. If you have one photo to start with your talk, something like, really have your imagination, like throw in that photo, and AI be able to help you generate this for you. Okay. So this is the example of how you can use the image generate creator tools, like at your work. So the question always, people always ask me about the copyright. So according to like many resources, they said that as long as you reference it, you are okay to use for the educational purpose, not for the not for the something that you will make the money out of it. So this is case study that this is the cover of the UNESCO book. And then they state clearly that this portrait created by DALL-E, which is one of the AI system that create the realistic images. So this is another keyword that you can put. Like if you want the photo like this, you can put like realistic image style. So they clearly state that, okay, this is created by AI. So this is okay that, you know, like you can use this at the core of the book or even, you know, inside the book. And this is the second case study. This one, they also give the credit to AI. So they said image generated by AI. So something like this is okay to use for educational purpose. Now what I want to discuss here, we have half an hour more, is that when we're talking about higher education, our ultimate goal is that we want our learner to create their own knowledge, whether in the form of texts, projects, or whatever. And this is the 6th level of Bloom taxonomy. Start with remember, understand, and apply. This is the lower level of learning. So students will be able to remember and then explain idea concept and then use the information in new situation. So that's the first 3 steps. The upper level of higher order learning, order thinking is that analyze, which is we want our learner to draw connection among the ideas. They'll be able to differentiate, organize, or compare, contrast, distinguish things, knowledge. And then they'll be able to evaluate, which is the justify a stand or decision. They'll be able to argue, support, you know, like the thought with the supportive evidence, critique things, and the creation. So people said that with the use of generative AI in teaching and learning, it will shorten time at the lower level. So for the remember, understand, and apply, with the use of AI, you can have this in a very short time. But the very challenging thing is that when you're using the AI, you may enhance or empower learners, analyze, evaluation, and creative thinking more. So you learners will focus on this higher order thinking part. So which is good for education because normally we spend a lot of time on this lower level in order to let students achieve to these applying steps. So now with the use of AI, it's very shorten this time and we have more time to empower the higher thinking skill. Same thing with the job market. People said that, you know, for the labor job, like, you know, reading, collecting paper, and that kind of job, AI can help us. So what we have to equip our learner, which is this higher order level skill, because if they don't have this higher order thinking and skill, they will not be able to be ready for their future job. Because these simple tasks like this, AI can help generate within the very shortened time. Okay, so that is you know, what many educators have been discussed. Now, let me show you some of the research study came out recently regarding to the ChatGPT, which I think this is the very good time if you can conduct the study related to this area. For example, like this is, you know, like the very paper that you can find a lot out there. They use ChatGPT as a case study in education in many fields. And this is, for example, they give you that, okay, how you use in your class, provide learning content, create learning assessment, and then they provide you example of the prompts. This paper came out last year and, you know, quickly accepted in the, you know, the Scopus journal paper. So because, you know, this is a very in-trend topic. And this one in English as a special purpose area in the English teaching area. So you can also provide implementation of the use of ChatGPT in this area as well. So this is example. Okay, like these writers thinking about how to use this in English subject, effective and time-saving tools, uses for the exercise, virtual tutor, proficiency level, and different kind of things. And this is example, came out last year as well. And this is another example in science education. So normally, most paper will have the same structure. They will tell you concept about AI, generative AI, example of how they use ChatGPT along with the prompts, and then summarize with the key characteristic of the effective way of using these in particular area of teaching. For example, this one is in science teaching. So this is example. And this one, they also, this writer also show you the rubric assessment that, generate by the ChatGPT and he used in the class, in his class. Okay, so let me spend these last 20 minutes about the AI hallucination, which is going to be the last concept for today. But before going to this topic, let me check whether there is more questions. Any questions? Any thoughts you would like to share or anything before we go into the last topic for discussion? Yeah, okay. So let me continue the talk then. Last topic for today would be about the AI hallucination. So basically AI hallucination is here when a large language model, shortened is LLM, generate false information. Since LLM are AI model that power chatbots such as ChatGPT, Google Bard, hallucination can be deviation from external factor, contextual logic, or both. So meaning that AI cannot always generate all the right information. This is example of not only the text, but also the photos. This is the photo, the original photo on the left. So myself, my friend, and the judge at one of the invention in some country, I could not remember. I used the CryptDoc program to enlarge my background. So when I use this program to enlarge my background, they generate these people, which is really not the real person. This is the AI generated person on my photos. See, seeing that people are surrounded here, which actually in the actual time, there is no one around that, but AI can generate. AI think that, yeah, in that kind of environment should have people. So then they generate people. So this is one kind of hallucination. Same thing with the text. This one, when I try to use the ChatGPT and Google Bard to ask about myself, they generate a lot of false information. For example, okay, I asked in the ChatGPT, the free version, and I'm so sad that because they said that the knowledge they cut off that time in September 2021, they could not find my information because probably I'm not that famous enough. So however, when I asked Google Bard about, who is me, who is Jintavi, you can try, it's fun. So they give me information. Okay, I'm the associate professor, this is wrong because this is not up to date. Now I'm the full professor. And this is right information. I'm the deputy director of Thailand Cyber University Project, Ministry of Higher Education. And my research interest is correct because I believe that they have the, the Google database, Google Scholar that have all of these my information. And for the publication, they're quite accurate because again, they have Google Scholar to collect all of this information. However, when you're looking at my achievement, they said that I received the Outstanding Young Researcher Award. This is not right. I received the research award, but not for the young researcher. I just the regular research award, but at least this is the same award, like just minor mistakes. But the very major mistake is that they said that I received the Fulbright scholarship, which I never received that. Okay, so something like this, again, like AI again can generate right or wrong or the false information. So you have to very, very be carefully in using that. This one is about sorry, this is in Thai, but I asked them about I want them to suggest me the interesting place in Bangkok. So if I ask in Thai, the information about Bangkok, the famous spot in Bangkok is quite accurate. On the right hand side, ask them by changing the province to be another province called Nonthaburi, which is not that famous province. So the information they generate to me, the places they suggest is really not existed. This is very, very interesting that, they just come up with a name without that place is really not existing. And then if I switch the language to English, this is come back again more accurate. So something like this, you can play with the AI and you can see how dangerous it is in, in the term of the hallucination. If the student use without awareing that this is right or wrong information. So this is very important that you have to give the student with the understanding of how generative AI works and how they can generate the AI hallucination. So there are many studies talking about the AI hallucination. For example, this one, they said that most internet users know the term AI hallucination, and they experience AI hallucination. Okay. Around 72% trust AI. And also many of them have been misled by AI hallucination at least once. This is scary. Every user has encountered AI generated content that's made them question their own perception, like whether I'm right or wrong. And, this is all the study about, how you spot AI hallucination. Basically, people will cross-referencing with other resources. And some of them relying on their own sense and instincts. But I mean, for us, we have a lot of experience. We have sense and instinct. But thinking about, young kids, students, which don't have much sense and instinct, so they may, get into the trap of this AI hallucination. So that is, one thing that quite scary. And what tools, that, they experience with AI hallucination. So mostly all of it, right? Yeah, and also about 93% are sure that AI hallucination can eventually harm the users and can lead to the brainwashing of society. And, also carry a privacy and security risk. 59%, 46% state that they can contribute to the spread of inequality and bias. So, and also some believe the fault of the government who want to push that agenda, 22%. So this is all about the hallucination of the AI hallucination. That the bottom line is that I believe that you just have to be sure that like our learners and even ourselves need to aware of this and use our experience, instinct, and like cross reference to be sure that this is right or wrong information. Other than this, let me pick a couple more things to discuss. We have maybe 15 more minutes. Other tools beside the one that I already introduced to you today, another interesting trends that happen nowadays is that in most application, they will have the add-on or integrated AI in their programs, in their application. I believe that in order to survive in this market. So, for example, this program ClassPoint, they have embed the AI to make their program more interesting and more effective. So normally people use ClassPoint to add on to their PowerPoint slide in order to generate the question. So what AI help you in this sense is that they use the AI to generate the question according to the Bloom taxonomy level that we discussed earlier. There are 6 levels. So you can ask them based on the content provided on the PowerPoint, the question type, the Bloom taxonomy level, and the language. And then they will automatically generate the question for you. Okay, so that is one example of many other programs that people have used a lot and how they have integrate AI into their programs nowadays. So I think that would be all for my talk today. To sum it up, nowadays in higher education, with all of our tasks, teaching and learning, AI can play the role as the guide on the side to help us for ideas, solutions. And for the research, AI helps us a lot in all of the steps, starting from state the research question, like find the literature review, and save us a lot of time in reading, such as the good methodology, analysis, and even the summary, and the professional editing for the final version of the research. For the self-development, AI can help us to personalize the learning platform, the quiz exercise that we can self-improvement with the like the simultaneously answer feedback and also the set of the question that we can improve ourselves. And for all of the tasks, AI can also play the role of co-designer, not only for the text, but including image, sound, video, and many more in the future, I believe. Okay, so that would be all for my talk today. Thank you very much. The question in the Zoom chat asking about AI searching for the research paper and explore information from the research paper. I would say that to use AI to search in research paper, you can ask them for the references. The most up-to-date would be the one that provided by Google and Microsoft because it's connected to their search engine tools. And then to explore information from the research paper, you may use the SciSpace that I showed you earlier. They have the feature called Copilot to help you read the manuscript faster, help you summarize all the research methodology and other things. They develop customize for the purpose of research use, that SciSpace that I suggest earlier.
Okay. There is one more question in the Q&A box. Like, is there a possibility that if I use AI tools to improve my paper,
Mhm.
so will my paper might be stolen or it might get leaked?
Yeah, that is always the classic question that once you give that data out to the public, of course, like it's no guarantee that that will be, I mean, yeah. But the bottom line is that you may, since this is the I mean, of course that is the possibility in people access to your data, but it's same thing that if you send out your paper to the professional editor, for example, to the many companies to help you edit that paper, I mean, it's the same kind of scenario. So it's always happen. But I think like at one level, what you can do is that you may cut some part. For example, you want them to help you improve for the introduction part. You just put some part of it and ask them to edit some. Not, I mean, you just not throw in the whole paper and ask them to edit everything and give it back to you. So cut it in small sessions. Just only the one that you need them to help you. Yeah, I would say that.
Thank you, Achan. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Achan. Also, thank you for your interesting sessions and your tips and techniques how to use ChatGPT in education as well. And then we look forward to having you once again in our webinar in the near future, and we will keep the audience informed as well. Also, we would like to thank the audience who being with us for 2 hours. We post the evaluation form in the chat box. Kindly fill in and also put your name as well. We will send you the certificate later to your email. Please fill in the form. And also stay tuned for our webinar in the near future. And for this session, we're gonna record. We're gonna provide the record the video in our AT Extension YouTube, and then we will keep you informed as well. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you ค่ะ Thank you Dr. Pauli and คุณนฤมล for inviting me to be here ค่ะ This is very honor ค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ Have a very good day ค่ะ